Okay, welcome to Talking 30, where we talk to real people about how they earn a living, they build things they're passionate about, and overcome obstacles. Today, I'm going to interview Maddy, who, as a mom of four, still offers deep tissue Swedish massages. She's done remodeling work, sells acai and smoothie bowls while going to college. I really don't see what your guys' excuse is. But we're going to talk about her work ethic, some of the things she faces while still maintaining and running a household. Tell everybody your name and what it is you do.
Hi, my name is Maddy. So currently right now, my main focus right now is the massage therapist with Swedish deep tissue. And I do have a promotion going on today for just $50 an hour. It could be a little bit hectic, not in the perspective of work ethic, it's more stuff of how the clients sometimes come and present themselves, you know. Sometimes people expect a happy ending, and that is not what I do. And there has been clients where they do come and they love it. And there's other clients where they do get up very upset. They go because they don't get a happy ending. Because that's not what I do.
Do you do like, do you have like a whole little setup with like candles and all that?
Yes,
music?
I have candles. I have our own relaxation candles. I do have scented candles. I have relaxation candles. And I do have the chair. I make it very comfortable for my clients.
Is that necessary? Do you feel like it's necessary to like, in order to massage them, do they have to be relaxed?
Yes, that is very important for the client to be very relaxed. You would want to walk in a room that is clean, a room that you feel that you want to go ahead and just relax. And you know, I do have music going on. It is per the client's request. I do not listen to my music. Some of them we be having rave music in there. We be having country music. We be having just old school music. My room is filled with any type of music per the client's request. Also, I am investing that money into becoming a lawyer. So
yeah, you go to college, right?
Right now, at the meantime, I had to make that a stop because my son was diagnosed with Kabalion disorder. So that has been a little bit hectic on my end, you know, having a child that is sick and he's 24-hour.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. You know, God is in control of everything. So I have faith that my son is going to be better. And for those mamas that have children that have Kabalion disorder, my respect to you guys, because it is a very hard situation. And not only that, children that have Kabalion disorder, just any children in general that have autism or, you know, just any type of disorder in general, it's not easy for any mother to go through stuff like that. What I could say though, Jaime, is that what we could do in our end is keep our faith strong, because that's exactly what God wants us to have, is a faith. You know, they said just a little bit faith, like a mustard seed, you know, and God could do wonders. He can make the impossible possible. And that is what has stopped me from continuing going to school, unfortunately.
But we're going to get through this. Yeah.
We are going to get through it. Of course we are. You know, that's what I'm saying, with the faith of God. And
I believe in you because, you know, you might see her and think like you wouldn't believe it, but this pretty little thing does remodeling work, cabinetry, and actually knows her stuff.
Yes, actually, my brothers own businesses in regards to remodeling home, cabinets, countertop, you know, you name it.
Yeah, that ain't easy.
So they have taught me when I was very young, and I've learned. There was times where my brothers will leave me alone for me to go ahead and somewhat finish the whole job by myself. So that was very interesting for me, and I actually love it. I love remodeling my own stuff at times where sometimes I don't even need to ask people for help. I could just be like, oh, there you go. I could go ahead and take this countertop, put something on, or tiles or stuff like that, you know. I do the best that I could. And it's always
I've seen the pictures. It looks like good work.
thank you.
How'd you get into the massaging though?
So with the massaging, I actually have been doing that for years, and I've always practiced that on my boyfriend. And I actually did about 40 girls in jail, and they were the ones that, this is actually how my massage therapy started, by me taking new clients. So I did do 40 people, 40 females in jail, and the majority of them have already told me, like, hey, I think this is the job for you, because you do an amazing job.
You can make money off this.
Yes, and it's really good money, because it is, like I said, right now, just me having $50 an hour. Now, me taking 10 clients a day, just do the ad, how much it is right there. And it is on special, it's just $50. So it could quite bring you some money. The only, negativity about it is sometimes how the clients could make you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Have you dealt with anything like weird, like guys rolling over?
Yes, I definitely have. And it's not a great feeling, but when it comes to massage, you know the background to it, how that could be, possibility with you encountering clients, doing stuff like that. So there is times where sometimes I'm like, oh, I think we're gonna have to cut the session. But
Do you give them their money back, or?
No, because
no,
I have
right?
never really cut anybody's session, because it's almost like 5 minutes, 10 minutes from the session being over. But I do have a camera in there, for my safety and stuff like that.
You should post them.
I want to.
Like, warn them, like, hey, if you roll over on me or take them out that towel, I'm going to post it.
I think it's just for, privacy and stuff like that. I don't know if I were to post
for
them
security,
and,
I feel you. Yeah. You do
expose them like that, or, But like I said, I know most of my massage girls could relate that we do need to understand that that's part of the uncomfortableness that comes with becoming a massage therapist, is sometimes how the clients, act, or, so. But other than that, I have had amazing clients that are very respectful. They actually go there for them to actually get a massage. But right away, you can tell the ones that are there for other things, and then other ones are actually there to get a massage.
Okay. So aside from your unfortunate, what you're going through with your child's sickness and the weirdos rolling over on you on the massage, what is something that you're going through or struggling with right now? I know you got a lot on your plate.
A lot. Yes, I'm going through a lot. Some are actually personal stuff that I cannot say it in camera.
You don't got to.
But one thing that I could say is that regardless of anything and everything that I'm going through at the moment, my faith is very strong with God. And God knows why He does everything. There's times where we do question, like, God, why? Or we get upset, or like, God, why me? And God does say, come as you is. Express yourself to Him. If you need to scream at Him, go ahead and do it. If you need to just cry your eyes out to Him, go ahead and do it. Regardless of how you express yourself to Him, He already knows how you feel, because He knows your heart. He knows your mind. He's the one that created all of us. So He knows exactly what we're going through. He knows exactly what we need. He knows exactly how we feel. So the only advice that I could give you guys is that there are things that we go through that we don't ever want to tell anybody, but only talk to God about it. My advice to you guys is that continue praying, continue having faith. One thing that remains my faith strong is that I tell myself, if God was able to open the Red Sea into two, if He was able to if He was able to heal the blind, what can God do for us? If He created the heaven and the earth, what can He do for us? There's a process in life that He takes us, and there's another thing that is consequences. So we can't get those two mixed, because there's decisions that we made in life that brings consequences, and consequences is to be faced, not to run away from. And process is the process that God has us in, and that He is able to take us out in the process anytime he wants. But if he hasn't, it's because he still wants us to go through that process.
I believe that. Yeah. Where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I will love for me to bring people closer to God. I will love for me to... When people look at me, I want people to look...
As more than just a pretty face.
As more than just this. You know, I want people to look at me as like, oh, you could see the brightness in her. You could see the light in her. You could see that this is a woman that is able to face anything that comes her way. You know, and by me saying that is because I want to continue getting closer to God. So in 5 years, I want to be able to be more wiser. I want to be able to have more knowledge and understanding of a lot of things.
More discernment.
A lot of discernment. God says that we need to ask for discernment. We need to ask for, wisdom, and He will actually grant that to us. So, and it's free. That's something that sometimes there's people that don't have no career, and when they are with God, God sometimes gives them the intelligence that people with career have. So you can never underestimate God. So in 5 years, I do see myself getting way closer to God, having a lot of more discernment, and becoming the woman that God wants me to become. Exactly.
I don't really think you gotta wait 5 years, because you got a light in your eyes. But
thank you.
Is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to or thank for helping you along the way or during this process of what you're doing, you're massaging, and is there anybody you want to give thanks or shout out to?
I would definitely give a shout out to my boyfriend. That has been the person that has really have helped me out, not only mentally, but he has helped me out so much spiritually. And he is such a great man. But I would love to give a shout out to my man, because he has been very supportive in everything, and he has actually built me up as well. And that's one thing that I give him thanks, because most men, they don't want to build their woman by I'm not saying financially, but I'm saying mentally. A lot of men are very smart, and women are too, don't get me wrong. But in the Bible, it does say that we need to be submissive to the man, but a man of God. Let me clarify that. So I will definitely give a shout out to him. A shout out to you as well for giving me the opportunity to go ahead and interview me. And shout out just to anybody in general, including strangers, that I see in the streets. Any little advice that strangers have given me, I have taken into consideration, and I have applied that into my everyday life.
You never know what you can learn.
Exactly. So always allow yourself to always learn. And there's always going to be mistakes through the way of us learning stuff. And something I always tell my children is that don't always try to be perfect, because we're never going to be perfect. We're always going to make mistakes. But mistakes is what allows us to become better. So without mistakes, we will never actually learn. Yeah. So take mistakes as a great opportunity to become better for yourself.
Yeah, if you ain't making mistakes, you ain't learning nothing.
Correct. Right. So...
Well, I appreciate you. We're going to close this up with a segment that I call the Final 30. I'm going to ask you some quick questions. Give me some quick answers, all right?
Okay.
All right. So, do you prefer massaging or remodeling?
Ooh. That's a hard one, because they're... But I could say...
Massaging's a little better on the back.
I would honestly say, if I were to choose, I would choose remodeling.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because you just have different vision. It's like your vision could always change. And when it comes to remodeling, your vision needs to be very strong. And it's very interesting too, how when it comes down to remodeling, you'll be amazed at the stuff that you could actually do.
In your opinion, what's your biggest strength?
I'm sorry?
What's your biggest strength?
What's my biggest strength?
Yeah.
Honesty, knowing of God.
Okay.
That's one of my biggest strengths because that's
Fear
who
of God.
that's who has given me a lot of discernment.
And now, I was gonna ask, what's your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness will be the thought of somebody hurting my children's. Is one of my greatest
What you worry about?
weakness, I could say. My worries when it comes down to my children's.
What's the most important life lesson you've learned so far?
That you can never say it will never happen to me, because it could in fact indeed happen to you.
I think about that every time I jump in the ocean, and like I think about sharks. I don't know that, my bad, but it's just like it can happen.
It's just it's reality. I feel like those people be like, oh, that can never happen to me. No, that's the biggest lesson I've learned this year, is that in fact indeed it would happen to you.
Be precautious.
Be precautious, be prepared, and never say never.
That's deep. What's your favorite way to relax?
Listening to devotions. That is my way of relaxation, because it really calms my thoughts and everything.
Knowing what you know now, what's one thing you would tell your younger self?
One thing that I would definitely tell my younger self is every lessons that we go through life is because God is molding us on how He exactly wants us to be.
What are you most proud of at this moment?
The woman that I have became, in my mentality, in my spiritual way, and the way that I have a lot of empathy for a lot of people. And not by saying by a lot of people, I mean even including strangers that I don't know.
Cool. Well, could you let the strangers know where they could contact you at if they want to hire you on for your massaging services, which I recommend?
Yes, I actually have not yet opened up any social media in regards to my business, just because I actually started taking new clients in the beginning of March. But if you guys do want to get in touch with me, you guys are more than welcome to hit me up on Instagram. It is Maddy Torres _29, and it's Maddy MADDY Torres TORRES _29. It was a pleasure to be here with you. It was an honor to interview you and for you to interview me. So once again, go ahead and subscribe to Jaime.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem.